So that's the attribution rule means if you transfer your fund to the lower income person, okay, to a lower income person, then still when you report that tax, investment income tax is still contribute to the person transferred, okay. That means go back to the transfer. The attribution rule apply to capital gains or loss raised from deposit of transferred property, as well as interest or dividend income. That means all the investment income, right? Capital gain and capital loss, interest and the dividend. That's all. For stock option, that's you cannot attribute, because a stock option is given to employee. The company give to employee, so that you cannot contribute. You cannot go back to somebody to another family member. But like I said, the stock option, if you don't want, is give to employee. But if the employee want to sell it, they don't want access the stock option, but they want to sell the right. So the sell the right, whatever you sell is still your taxable benefit, right? Still your taxable benefit. So this one, but the taxable benefit, you have to pay the tax right away, okay? So that's, okay. So however, capital gain or loss, as well as interest and the dividend income, are not attribute back to. Therefore, if the spouses, common law partners relationship no longer existed at the time of deposit or payment, so when you that means the income, okay. If you already transfer to your spouse or common law partner, but when the income's coming, okay, when the income is capital gain, interest, or in dividend, when this one is coming, okay, you got that money from your account. In this time, when you got the income from your account in this time, okay, investment income, I said, it's not your transfer. It's not your transfer fund at that time, okay? You transfer fund, then you use this fund to do investment. When your investment income is coming to your account in this time, by the time the income coming, and your relationship is breakdown, is not existed, that the people are divorced, or their common law partner, they are separate over 90 days. That means common law partner is not existed. So in this time, is contribution rule is stopped. You won't contribute back to the. They won't contribute back to the transfer. Okay, the transfer of the property to minor children. The transfer of the property to the minor is subject to attribution rules. That means if you transfer, if the minor is under 18 of December 21st of the tax year, so that means if you transfer to your children under 18 by the like say, for example, we're doing 2021 return, right? So by the December 31st, 2021, that the children is under 18. Okay, that the children is under 18, then they still apply for attribution rule. That means if the income is coming to that, the income is coming to that children, and the investment income and coming to that the children's account, still the transfer, the person, like the parents, still need a report, that tax on the parents' tax return. Okay, but the children, grandchildren, or brother, sister, niece, nephews of that taxpayer, okay, still of taxpayer, the income earning from that property, interest, dividend, extra, which has been transferred to the minor child, to a minor child, is attribution back to the transfer, up to not including, okay, up to the year in which the children reach to age of 18. When the children reach the 18, then the attribution rule is stopped. Okay, attribution rule, however, do not apply for capital gain and capital loss from such a property, regardless of age, such as if the child deposit the transfer property, the result capital gain or loss is not subject back to transfer. So that's the special thing is for the children, only for the children, so that the capital gain and the capital loss is not attributing back to the transfer. Okay, for spousal is attributing back. So when the children reach to 18, because 18 they're going to report that they're going to file income tax, okay, by their own. So the children, so that not attribution back is still the children, they just do income tax, still do income tax by their own. Okay, so this one is there's some you know, if there's some lower income, okay, if the person with a high income, okay, they attributing to their kids after 18 years. After 18 years, they attributing to kids. Then the investment income is not attribution back. Okay, after 18, it's not attribution back. But if you transfer to your spouse, yes, it's attribution back to the transfer. So you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so that's different. Okay, if you if somebody, the high income person, they attributing to the minor children, they got the capital for the stock, capital gain or loss is not attributing back to the transfer. Okay, so that's a special rule for the capital gain. Capital gain, this one is called the capital gain is only, I think it's only stock. You cannot put the real estate on the children, for the children under 18, right? And the title, you need to put the children on the real estate is over 18. You cannot attribution back. So this is the point. Yeah, then we're just doing this one later. I have an example, okay? I have an example for attribution rule. That's one of my friend, the couple, okay? One of my friend, the couple, they have money. They purchase apartment in downtown. the new apartment, I think is 5 years ago. Okay, they purchased an apartment in downtown. It's 500 something. Okay, 500,000 something. 500,000. The money
After lunch,
is
sinabi mo kay
my friend,
Mariel?
okay, and her husband,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
money from their account, okay, from their saving account, whatever, from their account. They purchased that condo is under parents'
Yeah,
name,
but I have to ask
under
her mom, right?
her parents' name, and
Tita
under
Lori.
her daughter's name. Her daughter is
She's
first
coming
year
with
in
us.
university.
She is?
Okay, so under her parents' name and under her daughter's name.
Kasama mo ba?
So in this case,
Ano, tayo na
so
lang.
I will ask
Tayo na
everybody.
lang.
In
Next
this
time na
case,
kayo
is
umalis.
apply for
Next
is
time na kayo
apply for
umalis.
attribution rule when
Oo.
they why they put on the
Next time
parents'
na?
name,
Yeah.
why they put under
Tomorrow na lang kayo umalis.
her daughter's name, because for her parents and her daughter is a
We're
first
going
home
today,
buyer,
right?
right?
Okay.
Actually her parents and her and live with her in her family. Okay, they don't have a principal resident house. That's the one thing. Another thing is her daughter, because her daughter is in university, right? So it's still for her daughter, her daughter can apply for first home buyer. We said the home buyer amount is 5,000. Then in future, that apartment is given to her daughter. Parents, it's getting old, right? 80 something. It's getting old. So eventually that house is for her daughter. So now the house on title is her parents and her daughter. But money is from my friend, couple. Okay, their income, their joint account. So my question now is, this one is an apply for attribution rule. What reason they doing is when they sell this house, okay, now they can, everybody can, her parents and her parents can apply for that home buy amount, okay? Her daughter still can apply for home buy amount, but you know, her daughter is a student. The student, they won't make lots of income. So the home buy amount probably is lost because there's non-refundable, right? So anyway, so she can apply for that. And also another reason is when they want to sell it, the first thing is now that house is an rental property. Now that house is rental property, they just rent out when they got rental income. So the rental income now is the parents. They just report the rental incomes is under her parents' tax return. Okay, a part of under her daughter's return because her daughter is a student. They won't probably they won't pay any tax. The little it's just little tax. Okay, very little because she is a student, right? So that's the one reason for the rental income. And another reason is when they sell it. When they sell it, they just deem is principal resident. So the principal resident, when they get capital gain, they don't need to pay anything. Okay, they don't need to pay for the resident, for the principal resident, the capital gain, they don't need to pay any tax on it. So that's the why they want to put. That's the why my friend want doing that. Okay, so now my question is this one is okay? Is apply for attribution rule or not? That's the question they ask me. Because when they do the tax return, they just worry about the CRE find out is for attribution rule because why? That down payment is my friend. is down payment is from my friend's account, right? From my friend's account. And now every month the mortgage payment is still from my my friend's account. So that means the evidence is the transfer fund to that property. So my question, then her question asked me, so for the rental income, should I apply for that? And should I report that income, or my parents report the income, or the parents and her daughter reported the income? So that means they apply for attribution rule or not for everybody. Okay, that question.
Ma'am, is the child minor?
Child is the first year in university.
I think so, ma'am.
You think apply for attribution rule, right?
Yes, ma'am. I think so. They can split their income, all family members.
Who else?
Is there a child has work or no?
The child is first year in university. Then she's still in university. No, university, 4-time, like UBC, 4-time student, UBC.
I think it does not apply, ma'am.
Okay, why?
It's not apply for attribution.
Because they're still co-owners. They haven't transferred it fully to the child.
No, there's not a full owner. It's the parents. Now the title is on my friend's parents, okay, and her daughter. It's nothing to my friend and her husband is not the owner of the property of this apartment. So the apartment is they put on the land title, the land title they put on her parents and her daughter. But the money is from my friend. Okay, and the down payment and the mortgage, they just because you apply for mortgage, right? You apply for mortgage, you have an income. Her parents doesn't have an income because they are basically they just retired. They retired. They only have a pension income. It's from also that the pension income is from China. It's not. They got I think they have a pension income in China, but I think they got old age security in Canada because they live here over 10 years. So her parents is the low income, right? Then they have old age security. They have pension from China. So when they pay the rental income, they pay very low rental income. Lower tax rate, sorry. When they got the rental income, the parents report the rental income. So they just pay very low tax rate. And her daughter because a student in university, then the student still need to report that income. So that the income, because the student, she is a 4-time student, and basically she doesn't have very much income. Okay, in summertime, probably summer job or something. So still very low income. Okay. So in this case, because the income, the very low income when you apply for mortgage is not qualified, the bank won't give to you. Okay, the bank won't give to you that mortgage. So they just says they will pay the mortgage. Okay, they are guaranteer they will pay the mortgage. So the mortgage every month is from their account, from the parents' account. So what do you think? from the mortgage is deduct every month, deduct from my friend's account. But my friend is not the owner of this property. So I want everybody thinking about. I give you this question is because I will say attribution rule, you think is easy, right? When I explain to you. But when you have a real life example, then you just stop, right? So I give you an example. I want everybody to think. And after that, you will you have a very clear idea for that. Okay, there's somebody sleeping. I only see, I only heard there's the few students there, they give me answer.
Thank you. Thank you, Archie.
Something is applied with attribution rule.
You think apply, right?
No.
You think not. Yeah, why? Give
Because
me the
as
reason.
long as they're both like doing the same thing and not disposing the property, so that means they still there's no interest.
They still have a income, investment income. I said investment income is rental income, right? So for the rental income now, they are not sell that property now. Okay, they are not sell property now, but now they still have a rental income. So the rental income is from that property. That's investment income. Okay, from that is the property they produce that income. Okay, so that apartment produce that income. So that income is rental income. So this rental income should apply for attribution rule. If apply for attribution rule, then my friend and her husband is report that rental income. If not, then my friend's parents and her daughter report that rental income. If not apply attribution rule, then the parents, okay, and that means the grandparents and the girl is report that rental income. Otherwise, if attribution rule apply, then my friend, okay, the parents, my friend, the girl's parents is report that rental income. So good, everybody, you think about that. For some student is active, is good. Is for there's lots of student, I think the majority student, they always keep quiet, okay? And I don't know, for your student, you keep quiet, is you feel sleep or you at work, so you cannot talk, then you even cannot, not focus on my question. So I tell you, for this one, for that one, is you won't get a very good result. Okay, I'm waiting just for a couple minutes, then we just discuss together. So nobody answered the question?
I think, yeah, it applies, ma'am.
Okay, you apply. What reason? Tell me. Alan, yeah. Alan is good, okay? And always answer the question.
Yeah, ma'am, because it says income earned from property,
Mhm.
interest, dividends, etc., which has been transferred to a minor is attributed back to the transferor.
Because that, because the daughter, okay? The daughter is over 18, right? The daughter is a first year university student, is over 18, okay? Is over 18. Then the daughter is over 18. So the over 18, the attribution rule is what? It's stop, right? It's a stop. Then for the over 18 person is attribution rule is only apply for the spouse and the common law partner. So if the spouse common law, this one is not involve spouse and the common law partner. Her parents, okay, her parents is over 18, then the still not apply for, okay, it's not apply for because anybody over 18 other than the spouse and the common law partner, okay, other than spouse partner, common law partner, then apply. For the parents, is not spouse or common law partner, so it's not included. It's excluded. Then for her daughter is over 18, first university student, then the over 18. So in this case, even you under 18 when you purchase that property, okay, even is under 18. For example, then if somebody is only the younger is only for 17 or to 18 is only for 2 months or 3 months under 18. But that time you put usually is you purchase, okay, you purchase, but you put the title on it must under over 18 when you put the title. And when you purchase, like your purchase your purchase agreement at that time is less than 18. When her daughter is less than 18, still okay. But when you go to lawyer to close that sale, okay, to close that sale, and you want to put she want to put on her daughter, this time must 18. Then the lawyer agree to put put that person on that title. Otherwise, it's not qualified. They won't put the name on the property title. Okay, you cannot put 10 years old that own that property. No, any the property owner is over 18. So when that property is over 18, okay, then they won't transfer, okay, the income won't transfer. So that's my question is, yes, your parents and your daughter report that rental income, okay, that the rental income. So when they sell it, is I think when sell it is in only 4 years, okay, when he keep that apartment 4 years, then in 4 years you sell it, you don't need to pay that capital gain, okay. After 4 years, then probably he need to pay. Okay, I will go into the parents, okay, or parents and her daughter need to pay the capital gain, because I'm going to talking next time. After break, we are talking about you sell your resident, principal resident. You sell your principal resident, okay? What time you don't need to pay any tax on it, but what time you need to pay tax, okay? And I'm going to talk to after break. That's the good thing is for the student, you have you have principal resident. In the future, you sell it. What the process for you? Okay, what process for you? But this one is for Schedule 3. I'm continue discuss Schedule 3. Okay. Like I said, investment income is lots information, but when we do the exam, it's easy. Okay, I tell you, it's easy. Lots of information for you to learn because in your real life you probably need it. But for final exam, I don't get the question for you is Aaron and Cindy sell their property for this question. Okay, I won't give you this question, but you need to know. Okay, for buy your home or sell your home, you have to know. So this one is not attribution rule. Okay, not apply for attribution rule. Why? Because the patents. So the patents, the patents is on the second paragraph. Okay, and the second paragraph is the first paragraph they discuss is a spouser and the common law partner. Okay, so for the spouser and the common law partner, is attribution rule stops when their relationship is no longer existed. Okay, no longer existed, then the attribution rule is stopped. Okay, not attribution back. For the parents or children, grandchildren, or another family member, like sisters, brothers, me, something like that, then is up to 18. Okay, up to 18, then stop. Up to 18, stop. For this case, of course it's 18. Otherwise, you won't put that person on that title. Okay, you won't put the person on that title, and it is so understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Example: Tom gave his wife Tina 10,000. Tina bought shares that paid dividend of 400. So there's a 400 is the 400. Okay, there's a 400 that is investment income. So we just discussed that 400 is Tom reported that 400 or Tina report that 400, right? So that's attribution rule, still attribution rule. So since that 10,000 was transferred is a gift, then the 400 dividend is attribution back to Tom. Okay, attribution back to Tom. That means Tom need report that dividend on Tom's tax return. Okay, on Tom's tax return, then the Tom report a 400 dividend, because Tina is Tom's wife. Okay, they are spouser. Okay, spouser. So if it's a brother, no. Okay, if Tina is a brother of Tom, or Tina is a sister, no. If Tina is a sister of Tom, no. Okay, and then Tina need to report the 400. So understand? If Tina is sister of Tom, and Tina is over 18 years old, okay, is over 18 years old, then the Tina report 400. But now Tina is Tom's wife, so Tom need to report. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. Then is any future earning on the original 10,000. Any future earning on original 10,000. So this year is 400, right? Dividend this 2021 is 400, but in next year probably another 400 or 500 for next year. Next year, they still had to get dividend. So the dividend next year, for example, is 500. So the 500 still go back to Tom. Tom still need to report, okay? Because the 500 is come from is come from 10,000. It's reduced by 10,000. But however, if Tina invested that 400 of accumulated earning, so that's 400 because 400 is go to Tina's account. If Tina used that 400 to do another investment, okay, so that the money earning is on investment, so that's Tina's income, okay. That then the Tina, if Tina investment that's 400, okay, to earning interest. For example, the interest is $50. So that the $50 is not go back to Tom, okay? It go back to Tina. It's Tina report that $50 because the $50 is produced by 400. So that means they give you example is the attribution rule only attribution one time, not forever. Okay, no, let me correction. It's not one time. It's attribution rule is only attribution rule is only for that original fund. That original is 10,000. Okay, anything is income is from 10,000, then Tom need to report. But after that, they not attribution back. So like for example, Tina, this year they got the dividend is 400. Then next year is 500. The other next year is another 500. So the total is, for example, is 2,000. Then the Tina used this 2,000 to investment, investment to do the investment, do the stock, to purchase the stock. Then they make another 2,000. So that 2,000 Tina reported, okay, not Tom, not go back to Tom, because that 2,000 income is not from 10,000, is from the second time that income. Okay, by continue invest, that means by continue to invest that accumulate earning, Tina can eventually build up her own source of investment earning. Okay, so so that income is if the income is only from 10,000, then Tom report. Other than that, is Tina report. Okay, if Tina use that 400 this year 400, and then next year 500, or next year is another 400, use that 1,100 to into investment. When there's 1,100 that money earning another money, so that Tom that is not Tom reported, is Tina reported. So confused? Do I explain clearly?
Ma'am, just question.
Yeah.
So if Tina, what do you call this? If Tina has $50 earnings from 400, so Tom should report the 400 earnings, right?
No, Tom not.
Anymore.
No anymore. Tom only that income is from 10,000. Tom needed. Okay, so in the
like for example, the earnings is 400, right? So and then what's this? Tina reinvests it and has a $50 income. So does Tom will report the 400 plus Tina will report the $50? Or
no,
just,
the $50 is Tina.
Yes,
Tina report. $50 is the Tina report. Because the $50 is from 400, is not $50 is not from 10,000, is from directly from 400, right?
Yeah.
So the 50 is from 400, right?
Mm-hmm. No, my question, ma'am, is if Tina report the $50, does Tom should report the 400 as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, because yes, the 400, I think that's in different year, not the same year. Okay, in different year. For example, in 2021, then they got 400. The 400 is from 10,000. Tina is invest 10,000, purchase a share in 10,000, then Tina get dividend 400 in 2021, right? So when they do 2021 return, is Tom report that the dividend 400 on Tom's return, okay? In this year, in 2022, then the Tina used that 400 to do another investment, okay? For example, the stock, 400 to purchase Tesla stock, okay? Tesla stock is crazy. So purchase Tesla stock, probably the 400 is earning another 400, okay? They're earning another 400, but another 400, for example, not another 400, for example, is 500 even, okay? So this 500 is from that 400. That 400 produce another 500. So that 500 is Tina reported, Tom not report. So in this year is 2022. In 2022, Tina reported that 500, okay, capital gain or whatever. That 500 is Tina report, not Tom report. Only Tom report is the income, the investment income is from original 10,000. That's it. Okay.
So, ma'am,
Yeah.
So all earnings coming from the 10,000.
Directly from 10,000.
It goes to Tom.
Yeah.
So, but if those earnings from the 10,000, if used by Tina, if she invested, the earnings from there will be reported under Tina.
Yes, that means if Tina used that 400, because the 400 used that 400, even that's 400 from 10,000, but if Tina used that 400 to another investment, then any income from that is Tina report, not Tom, not go back to Tom. So it's not endless. You know, the cumulative earning. This says accumulated earning. The cumulated earning is from Tina, not from Tom. So only 10,000, only that income from 10,000 is go back to Tom. Like for example, in 2020, that 10,000 is produced 400, right? Then in 2022, that 10,000 is produced 300. And in future, the 10,000 produce 500. So all this money is from Tom report. But if Tina used the first year, then they got 400. Then the second year, it got 500. And the third year is 300. So that's build up is 1,200, right? 500 plus 400 plus 500. Second year is 500, and the third year is 300. Then its total is 1,200. So if Tina used that 1,200 to do the investment, then they get income. Like for example, they get another, then they get another 600. Then this 600 is Tina report. Okay, this Tina report because this 600 is from 1,200. So the 1,200 is Tina's money now. It's not go back to 10,000. Even that 12,000, even that 1,200 is original from 10,000. But Tom already paid. Tom already paid for the 12,000 income. So if Tina used that 12,000, that 1,200, then they make another income, then the Tina pay the tax on it. So understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. If still confused, then I can draw that the picture for you. So do you want me to draw a picture for you? Do you want? Or you just understand that they will continue?
I don't know for others, but I fine with it na. I'm already understand.
You understand? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm good also, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, so I'm happy. I got so this one, yeah, basically is for the attribution rule is finished. Okay, and now I want talking about Schedule 3. For the Schedule 3, this one is not. Actually, this one is not including my income tax. I just help you. For example, so if you